Hopefully that bass tone sounds good to you. I think it sounds pretty close to Justin's tone. I tried the best that I could with whatever I had, a $300 bass guitar, and just a bunch of free plugins as well. So if you like what you hear, let's just jump into Reaper and I will show you exactly how I tweaked everything. So as always, let's listen to the direct in signal to get a sense of what we're working with. I think that sounds pretty good, though a bit dark, and that's definitely because of my strings. They're not that new at this point, so tip number one would be, I guess, to use new strings whenever you're recording. However, we have a plugin that's going to remedy that, and I think even if you do have fresh strings, having this plugin is going to be really amazing for getting that Justin Chancelor type of tone, and that is fresh air. So check this out. I've cranked it pretty hard, and it really opens up the DI, almost like I have new strings on. You see what I mean, right? It's adding that really sharp top end in my bass, which makes it sound a bit like a Warwick bass, which is really cool. I've always loved Warwick basses. And it's definitely reminiscent of Justin's tone when he plays live, from what I've heard online. I then have the loaded plugin from Analog Obsession. I'm using the compressor in this plugin, and I'm just doing about 3 dB of gain reduction, just to lightly bite down on my transients. I then have this EQ, which is the craziest looking EQ I've ever done on any track, I think. But yeah, it just really works for my bass. I don't know, it just, once this goes through everything else, my amp and my cabinet and everything, this just makes it sound like Justin Chancelor. So I guess you could just copy it and see if it works on your bass. I think it will. You know, it's before the amp and everything, so it's not really gonna alter it all too much, but it's definitely gonna give it that character, I feel. So yeah, give it a go. Okay, so we finally reached our amplifier section. I'm first running it into a tube screamer, followed by this amplifier right here, SHB1, then finally the TPA1, which is essentially just emulating the power amp section of our amplifier. So just copy these settings and I think you'll be good. I do have this going on, so do make sure you copy this as well. And to explain as to why I have my tube screamer in front of everything is because the SHB1 is a very clean sounding amp. A little too clean for our use case, so I'm just using it to add a bit of drive to our signal. And this is how it sounds like. Okay, so in regards to the virtual cabinet, we're using a blend of 2 impulse responses from Modern Music Solutions, Rumble Bass and Thick Classic, just right down the center, 50-50 on either side. And I've added a bit of room. I've bumped up the resonance on both a bit, and I've also bypassed the low-pass filter so that it's the full sound and not filtered. Next up, we're adding a flanger to our signal, because that's kind of what the sound is for the song, and honestly I had a hard time finding the right plugin for the job that was also free, but turns out this plugin that I've had for a long time could pull it off pretty well, and so I just messed around with the knobs and this is where I'm at right now, and let's just give it a listen. We finally reached the end. These are the last 3 plugins I have on my bass guitar. And to start off, I have my EQ, where I'm boosting 10 dB at 5 kHz and 3 dB at 89 Hz. I just felt it needed to be a lot brighter and more aggressive in the upper mid-range. And I'm also doing that again, but this time at around 2.7 kHz. And I'm also killing a bit of 400 Hz just to get rid of that mud. And then lastly, I have a chorus. Now, I don't know if Justin actually uses a chorus on his bass, but having this plugin on here definitely got me a little closer to his sound. So that's what I'm using. Well, there you go. Tools-based tone for free, perhaps? Let me know down in the comment section below if I did a good job or if there's something I can improve. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And as always, I have all of the links in the video's description for you to check out. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But do let me know what you guys want to see next. I'll try my best to pull it off, and I'll see you in the next one.